A quiet night in the 70s at Trivandrum Parvati house, 4 kids and their mom is waiting for dad to come home from office. After meeting, dad was slightly late as he was attending union meeting. All kids were hungry, though the tasty food was ready. It was more fun to eat with dad, getting tasty urula from him. There was an active session of criticism and self-criticism scheduled after dinner. They planned again the points to be told for the family meeting. The meetings were purely fun. Dad, after mandatory criticism and self-criticism, will bring about various plans. Several times they all planned together methods to purchase sofa, color TV, etc. After the criticism, self-criticism and usual planning, they crowded around Dad to hear his biographic stories. Dad was a fantastic storyteller. As the quiet breeze dampened the moonlit night, they all settled around Dad to hear his stories about himself and all the family. C S Viswanath Warrier was born in 1931, April 27th, Makam Nakshatram, Medam Rashi, 1106 Malayalam era, as the 4th child of Captain C S Warrior and Parkutti Amma's family. His father, Captain A.C. Shankara Warrior, was from Haripad, Kidakkedath family, and mother Parkutti Amma is from Pattiyur family. They lived at various places including Madras, Trivandrum, and had settled in Anandabhavanam, Haripad, their own long-term home, and lived there happily for long time. Third son Visham, as he was affectionately called by all, had joined with his brothers Kuttan Chetan, his eldest brother, and Sridharan Chetan, his elder brother, in most of his activities. Getting up early by about 5 o'clock and learning Sanskrit slokas, eating delicious kolkata and other savories made by his mom and his sister Nirmala Devi, taking long walks and becoming naughty along with his brothers, etc. Visham's mother had told him the story of his birth. He was too quiet after his birth. The local midwife said, "This baby is stillborn." His mother kept on watching the just born body for a long time. She saw a faint breath being taken and said, "No, he is alive." Midwife, to prove that the child is stillborn, smacked on his back and presto, Visham started crying loudly, "Wah!" to his mother's sublime delight. Visham was always mom's favorite due to this incident. When Visham was about 5 years old, he saw his dad giving brothers one panam, money used in Kerala at that time, when they learned by heart Sanskrit mantras. The method of learning was thus: they got up in the morning before dawn, put on oil on their body for their daily bath, and started running around the house, reciting Sanskrit mantras loudly. They told Vishu, "We can purchase anything we want this money." "You can't. You are too small to learn Sanskrit mantras." The very next day, Visham also got up along with brothers and went to his dad to learn the mantra. Dad was surprised, but anyway taught him the mantra to be learnt that day. Vishwam panadrishyamana nagari tulyam nijandargatam. Visham also ran around the house with his brothers and recited loudly the mantra. In this process and eagerness, he also learned the mantra. That was the very first mantra he learned. Next day onwards, he also started, along with brothers, learning mantras and getting money. At this time, Visham's father used to teach Sanskrit at Trivandrum. Visham enjoyed going with his brothers to watch the then Maharaja in Kudiramaliga on Vishu Day and other important days, from where the then Maharaja used to give darshan and throw panam to all the Brahmin children who were allowed to stand near Malika. When Visham was small, his right thumb got cut while playing with his brothers. Now the cut was very deep and the blood started spilling out. His brothers got an idea. When one is putting curative medicine in the wounds, it will sting and burn. They arrived at a solution to heal the wound instantly before mom sees them. They brought chili powder and put on the wound. The young Visham started howling in pain as chili powder fell on the wound and it started burning. And mom came out and took him inside and comforted him and scolded his brothers for being naughty. When Visham had grown up enough to go to school, he became interested in football. He was a fantastic football player. Once, in the finals of his school with another school, the opponent team seems to be very strong. They had players even double the size of Visham and his team. Opponent seems to be winning, and the final goal was being kicked to Visham's goalpost. Visham leapt high, a record height at that time, and before falling kicked the football in full force. The ball got deflected and Visham's team won. The home team took Visham up on their shoulders and made a winning march. Only one teeny-weeny problem remained. Visham's right leg got twisted in the process and he could not walk. That day, Visham reached his home by putting each arms on shoulders of Kuttan Chetan and Sridharan Chetan. His mother came running and became very worried. She tried putting Kurambu on his foot, but the pain seemed to persist. When his father came home after work, his mother informed him of Visham's feet condition. His father asked, "Where is Visham?" Visham came limping towards his father. Suddenly his father asked, "Where is Olakka?" Now, Olakka is a pole which is very hard and is used to make rice into powder. Also, sometimes it is used to hit others. Seeing father asking for Olakka, Visham and his mother got worried. Is father going to hit Visham with Olakka? With Olakka, father started chasing Visham, and his mom, who was trying to protect Visham, ran between Visham and his father. Finally, the trio came to a stop when father caught hold of Visham. Father asked Visham to sit down. Then he explained as to how to use Olakka to cure pain when one's foot got twisted. That was an incident Visham could never forget in his life. Visham started working in Accountant General's office, though he got offers as professor in Presidency College. The salary was better there, and also the scopes for promotions were high. Visham got married to Ambika, lovingly called as Amini, when he was about 25. Ambika Devi was the youngest child of Shankara Warrier, Madasheri, and Parvati Amma, Chunakkara Warrior. She was the favorite kid sister of her brothers and sister. Her father also doted on her and called her Ammini, meaning darling. Ambika had passed 10th standard with good marks and was teaching Gita class at Anandabhavanam, Harippada. Now, Visham's mother had a soft corner for Ambika. Ambika is smart and correct for my Visham, she thought. She went to Ambika's house and asked Ambika's mom, "Can you give your daughter Ammini for my Visham in marriage?" Well, that is how the Cupid started his work. The marriage ensued. After marriage, Visham and Ambika made a very good home at Hyderabad. They had their first child, Ushas, during this time. When Visham got interested in spiritual teachings of Pisharadi Maharaj and became his disciple, deeply religious Visham and Ambika did not know that future had a surprise in store for them. Visham got transferred to Andaman's office. There Visham and Ambika had their child Devi. In Andaman, several events upturned the life of Visham and Ambika Devi. One tipper factory was there near Visham's office in Andamans. Once, a worker fell and died in the factory. Now, those were times when ordinary workers had no right. A worker was a worker, and he was so because he was poor. Poverty was a crime. The cruel management did not want to give any compensation to his family. Next day, no worker went into the factory. No organized strike or anything. Just they were standing out, feeling sorry for the dead man and his orphaned family. The factory management called the police, and the workers were beaten black and blue and was thrown out of the job. Visham's heart went out to the poor workers. Visham thought trade unionism. Visham's thoughts were slowly turning to trade unionism when there was none even in government offices. On a certain occasion, when the union wanted to oppose the management policies by observing Black Day, the management tried to oppress any type of trade unionism. Visham had taken black ribbon. Ambika used to tie her springy hair in his pocket while going to the office. Once he reached his office, he cut the black ribbon into small pieces and distributed to all his comrades. They have pinned it to their shirt pockets to observe the Black Day. As far as Visham was concerned, the Black Day was a complete success.